Samkele, what can you tell us?
Well, Desiree, the president of the country, Cyril Ramaphosa, is yet to arrive here at the Nasrec Expo Centre, which is an isolation centre for patients who are infected and affected by the COVID-19 virus. The president is expected to arrive here at about 11 this morning, when he will be coming here and to be getting a briefing at this venue here behind me, alongside the MEC of Health, Dr. Bandile Masuku, the Premier of Gauteng, David Makhura, and the MEC of Infrastructure in the province, that would be Tasneem Mutara, who is currently here at the facility now inspecting the 500-bed makeshift hospital that will be unveiled by President Cyril Ramaphosa, and he will do a walkabout and look through the infrastructure that has been set by the Department of Health in Gauteng in collaboration with the Department of Infrastructure in the province. MEC Tasneem Mutara is inspecting all of the infrastructure that has been put in place for the president to officially walk about and see the 500 birth booths that have been set up for those who are infected by the COVID-19 virus. About 500 beds have been set. You remember that President Cyril Ramaphosa did say yesterday that the lockdown has been effective, and there is scientific proof to prove that, and that's the advice he's been getting from from expertise and scientists involved in the medical profession, saying that if the virus was to spread across the country would not have enough hospital beds, ventilators, to make sure that all and sundry within the South African populace is receiving medical health care within this particular perspective. Hence the lockdown that has been there for the past 29 days, which will now be eased from the 1st of May, going into level 4 of the COVID-19 virus stages that have been adopted by the command council that is led by President Cyril Ramaphosa out of the 5 stages of the COVID-19. But the president will arrive here at about 11 this morning. But first and foremost, what will happen is that a briefing will be led by the MEC of Health, Dr. Bandile Masuku, in this venue that is behind me. I'm just going to step out of shot so that my colleague Gwazimanzi can show you this particular venue here that has been set up for the briefing when the president arrives, where he will be briefed by the MEC of Health, Dr. Bandile Masuku, alongside the Premier of Gauteng, David Makhura, and the MEC of Infrastructure, that would be Tasneem Mutara, on what will take place on this particular visit of the president coming to inspect this 500-bed makeshift self-isolation center that has been set up by the Gauteng Department of Health, with Gauteng now sitting as number 2 with the highest infections of the COVID-19, the Western Province taking the number 1 spot.
Samkele, we spoke about this in the previous hour, but for the benefit of our SABC 3 viewers who've just joined us, the last time we visited that center was at its launch, and there were only bare beds there, no bedding, no medical machinery or facilities. Do we have an update at this moment in terms of what has been done since then?
There has been an improvement on what has been done since when this facility was unveiled by the MEC of Health, Dr. Bandile Masuku. The MEC of Infrastructure in Gauteng, Tasneem Mutara, who's essentially in charge of the infrastructure of the province that is used within public facilities. She's inside Hall 6 right now, where the 500 makeshift beds and booths have been set up. Various infrastructure, health infrastructure that needed to be set up has been brought in to this particular venue, and she's there inspecting that it's the right equipment that has been brought in, that is there to assist the 500 patients that will be coming here to be treated for this COVID-19, or those who will be coming here for their self-isolation period or for their quarantine period. She's there inspecting that infrastructure. It has been brought forth. You remember that the MEC of Health, Dr. Bandile Masuku, did speak to our very own colleague Griselda Lewis on that particular day and said that more infrastructure needs to be brought in, such as medical infrastructure that needs to be set up as support to the beds that had been set up in the venue at the time. All of that infrastructure has been brought in, and that's what President Cyril Ramaphosa will be inspecting when he arrives here at about 11 this morning. We've just been told by one of our sources that, in fact, the president will be arriving here at about 11:30 this morning.
Samkele, thank you so much for setting the scene for us there. Our colleague Samkele Maseko.